Tonight on Youth on the Move, we explore the world of a young man who traded his career to work his passion in the fitness industry. And later, a school producing seasoned artists. Self-determination is a combination of skill, knowledge, and beliefs that enable a person to engage in goal-directed behavior. In the heart of Nairobi, we meet a young man who single-handedly opened a gym by the name Teyezilla.
My name is Paul Teye. I'm a fitness instructor and a tour agent. Besides that, I'm a strongman athlete.
Paul went into the fitness industry with one goal: to help people get fit, mainly those that can't afford high-end gym.
I'm passionate about training, so that's why I decided to get into fitness. Along the way, I also have been wishing to compete in Kenya's Strongest Man, so that's where the passion of strongman came in.
In his gym are a variety of equipment. What strikes the eye is that they are unlike any other. In these harsh economic times, especially when the world is just recovering from a pandemic, one has to be shrewd to survive.
My equipments, I usually make them myself because you can notice that not the equipments that are here are not in every other gym because they are strongman equipment, and buying equipments from or importing equipments, they are a bit expensive, so I decided to improvise them. I find a welder, then a design, then we make the equipment.
Many people go over and beyond to fund their dreams, but most never materialize into reality. Paul's dream was funded by him saving and hustling in the busy streets of Nairobi up until he got enough to start his venture.
Starting a gym is not that cheap. It's really expensive. So you have to start small. Like when you get money, you buy this equipment, just small, step by step. Yeah, because you can't like go just once and buy everything at once. It's really expensive.
Paul has a diploma in architecture. He opted to follow his passion due to the struggles of looking for a job. This, he says, was a wise fallback plan as he is now doing what he loves.
After finishing my college, during that duration that I used to go to find for work, it's really hard to get employed with a diploma. So whereby you get most jobs, they advertise like they want 5 years experience or so. Whereby completing a degree in architecture, it will really take a long duration and it requires a lot of money. So my parents were not that able to raise that amount of money. There I decided to find something that can give me daily living.
Although most people with regular jobs are curious about what it would be like to be their own boss, Paul admits that self-employment comes with significant challenges.
The biggest challenge is maintaining clients, especially the ladies' side. So it's challenging to train ladies. Men are okay, but training ladies, they require a lot of attention, a lot of like kubembelezwa hivi. So that's one of the biggest challenge. Then time, duration. You have to wake up very early in the morning and close very late in the evening. So it's also a big challenge because of fatigue. Yeah, fatigue, you get tired. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons.
For anyone interested to start a business, there are various factors you have to consider. For him,
the room is affordable, and then around here there are not many gyms around. So, and this place has a lot of people. The population has a encouraging population.
This young man is a jack of many trades. Other than his gym business, he participates in a variety of things like the strongman competition that earns him something extra.
I have one title, that Mr. Advanced Fit. The other one for Missouri Festival, I emerged number 2. And strongman, I have 2 years in strongman training. So what inspired me in getting into strongman is that when I started hitting gym, at first I wanted to be a bodybuilder. But in the process, I saw like my strength is growing more faster than my body. So, and I really love lifting heavy things. That's why I decided to get into strongman competition.
Up his sleeve, he also has Teyezilla Adventures, a tours and travel company that provides travel solutions, offering his clients professional yet personalized services at reasonable prices.
I started it in 2020 during the coronavirus lockdown. My gym members were requesting me to organize something, an outdoor activity. So the first event that I organized, the turnout was good, and it inspired me to continue organizing for the other events. So in the process, the number was encouraging, so I decided to major into tours and travel because most people like something away from the fitness industry. They like to go for hiking and to relax.
After the onset of the pandemic, new businesses were born, and most found creative ways to maneuver and thrive.
I usually identify places, attractive sites, or places that people or family can go to vacation. Then I organize the trips with all charges inclusive. I try to market it online through the social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so that I can get different people from different areas so that I can go and have a vacation or a team building activity.
Juggling the demand of work and home can be a bit stressful, but finding balance is crucial for one to thrive.
Tours and travel is a one-time thing, maybe once in a month or twice in a month, so it doesn't consume a lot of time. The only thing that is challenging is that you have to keep on active on social media so that you can get more clients. Gym is a daily thing, and apart from gymming, I train for strongman 4 times a week. So it's not that hard to balance between gym, strongman, and adventures, because adventure is once in a while.
For this young man, waking up to do what he loves gives them the drive and total accomplishment.
The best thing about being your own boss is that you learn, you grow in this life. You learn the challenges about the business. You enjoy the profits alone, and you get that solution of handling challenges in life, things how they happen, because sometimes the business can be low, sometimes they can have a high season. So that gives you a resilient heart that you have to fight, or you have to do this, you have to try this. If it doesn't work, you try this. If this won't work, okay. So it's a good thing. You don't have like a boss who tells you by this time you should do this and do this. You get yourself organized, you organize yourself.
For those like Paul who are interested to venture in the fitness industry, here are some quick tips to get you on the move. Tip 1.
If you want to venture into this gym business, maybe your capital is not enough, you can always start small and make it grow with time. So if you want to start, you can start with the basic equipment like weights, barbells, and bench press, and make it grow. Also, you should identify your target clients. Maybe you're targeting the men or ladies. You should make sure you identify your clients.
Tip 2.
Make sure your gym is located at a good place where there is movement of people, and other services that you can also include in your gym is like aerobics, special weight loss programs. You can give your clients diets and nutrition advice.
Tip 3.
Okay, you can customize these machines. It's not a must to import these products. You can just customize them step by step. And finally, you can own your own gym.
This week on The Scoop, Kimberly Kimani will take us through creative strategies to build brand attention. Every day we see millions of messages and catchphrases everywhere, from print media to online advertisement. But what makes a good brand slogan?
Right now, we want to hear brand slogan is about precisely coming up with words that will reach your brand audience, your clientele, will be able to synthesize what the name of the brand and what they are about. A brand slogan is being able to precisely come up with a word, a sentence that will describe your brand in a short but digestible way, and also fun.
In an overcrowded market, companies on the same industry need to set themselves apart through creative and original taglines and slogans. How can a business come up with a good brand slogan?
As you think of your name, you need to also think about how to attract people through this name. For me, it's very important that your name signifies a foundation. That way, even when I read this tagline, I'm able to relate with it quick enough. So that means that when you're coming up with your name, you need to look into words that are direct and simple. Keep it very short. But there's this brand I met through the first show, and it was Wash Me, right? It's a mouthful, even the guy said so. But you instantly relate it with, hey, I grew up and I was saying wash me, that means your car is dirty, that means this is a car wash. See? It's easy for you to synthesize, and that's why it's very important for you to choose a nice twist for you to introduce to us what your brand is about through your slogan.
A slogan has the ability to loan people's time and attention by putting the customer at the heart of the solution.
If I would encourage everyone who's starting a brand or who is doing their research of a brand name and brand slogan, try and be light, try and be artistic, and try and use everyday words, but in a way that you're able to remember. For if it's too long, then I don't remember. It takes too much for me to say and too much for me to store. But also, you need to remember that you're not confusing the two. You're able to approach it in short ways and ways that people can understand. Use words that are inviting. Creative strategies and brand attention comes from you packaging this for me. Right? So if I want to consume your information, your service, you need to be able to go outside the box and reach me.
By and large, a slogan is the theme of a business that usually has a genuine role in people's lives. after the break, it's a school producing seasoned artists.
Tomorrow on She.
My pregnancy was good. There was nothing that indicated that there was anything wrong with the child. So I was expecting my child to be wielding, but she wasn't.
I was so attached to my baby. I never slept because I was always thinking, I may sleep and find this baby is also gone.
I wasn't still sure of how maybe to handle this baby. I had to really seek for somebody else's assistance.
We are talking about motherhood, expectation versus vitu kwa ground.
It's tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
Sketching is civilization's most simple and natural form of art. Sketchmaster School of Arts, better known as SSA, was founded by James Kimathi Mbaka to offer something different, the best of an old-fashioned atelier combined with the vibrancy and diversity of a contemporary art school, where they offer courses for all levels of skills. All you have to do is put your pen to paper and remember to focus on creating.
We offer training to children from 4 years up, so it's junior and adult classes.
For James, even though he went into employment right after school, he felt a deep desire to pursue his dreams, which eventually led him to quit his job and open an art school.
Initially, I started as an art studio, as my office, somewhere I could work from. But then I've always also wanted to train, so I decided to convert it into a school. Humble backgrounds. We started from the back of a barber shop back in Kasarani. That was in 2016, and we've grown. We've been teaching for almost 5 years, and in 2020 we decided to relocate to Westlands.
Although the school is still young, James has big dreams for scaling higher and reaching the entire continent. He explains that he's working on expanding the school one step at a time.
We are thinking of expanding. We also want to start offering creative courses that go hand in hand with art, because there are many. There is graphic design, fashion design, photography, there architecture also. There are so many. So we want to expand and become a more diverse kind of an institution. And our policy is usually that we don't train people to let them go. We have online galleries, so we always work with our students. So our biggest vision is always to, we see our students as our potential staff members, because we want to train and also create opportunities.
Visual arts like drawing can be difficult, since you have to represent a three-dimensional element on a two-dimensional surface. Achieving this needs a pat on the back or some sort of recognition. The Sketchmaster School of Art has various ways in which they ensure their art does not go unnoticed.
One of them is Fun Day for our junior artists. The other one is art forums, where we get the well-known artists in the industry. They come and offer master classes to our students. We also do exhibitions. We are also planning to start participating in exhibitions out there with the galleries. So there is so much that we are doing at the same time, but it's achievable.
James expresses that in every artistic discipline, knowledge and respect of the core tenets of the subject are instilled from the earliest level. Therefore, the school takes one through a comprehensive training model.
Art is a career just like any other. You have to market yourself, you have to package yourself into a brand. So these are young people, so we want them to be a package, a brand by themselves. That does not come by you being just an artist. You have to be good in communication, you have to be good in marketing. So there are so many things that we are working on with the young people.
Art Art is a discipline that can be taught. In fact, anyone can be taught to be a great artist, but art can only be taught by an effective art teacher. Meet Stephen Munywa, an art teacher in this fine institution, who explains to us a bit about what is going on.
Some of the things you'll notice is my students in their element, having fun and practicing to grow their skill. Basically, having fun.
As we made our way into the school, we realized that most, if not all, pieces are very realistic.
Realism is the movement for the 21st century. It's picking up very well, and it's inspired by photography. So realism is kind of the beginning of everything. So even masters like Picasso were doing very realistic works before they ventured into abstraction. So abstract artworks, they're also inspired by realism. So you have to be really good at realism to actually be able to abstract. So abstract artworks, they are abstractions from reality.
Stephen expresses that talent is not sufficient to make one a professional artist because anyone can learn art, as it is a skill perfected over time.
Talent has very little to do with it. So ideally, as long as you have interest, we are in a position to tap into that potential and develop it into greater skill, basically a professional.
His teaching methods are comprehensive, as they include a basic introduction to the various elements. From there, it's a matter of practice to improve motor skills, something only gained through practice.
My favorite teaching method is the one-on-one. So we usually do it very hands-on, so I get a chance to interact with each and every student very uniquely because people have different capabilities. And yeah, so basically one-on-one.
One of the techniques he uses for beginners is grading. This is a method used to sketch accurate proportions using graphite. Once the student is well versed with the grading technique, they can now proceed to creating with a variety of material.
Basically, we have graphite, that is the normal pencils, and then we have charcoal, and then finally painting traditionally and also digitally. When we talk about charcoal, it is carbonated charcoal made specifically for drawing, so it's not the one that people use for cooking. So compressed charcoal, you just have to apply some basic techniques, and from that you can create amazing artworks. Since we are in a modern era, basically when I say digital painting, I'm meaning that the artist won't be using the traditional paints and brushes. So in this case, it will be done digitally using a software, for example, Photoshop, and with the aid of other materials like a tablet, a sketching tablet and a stylus.
Many artists arrive in the world brimming with passion and natural creativity, but become artists after trying other vocations. Such is the story of this young woman whose path led her to do what she always desired.
Hi guys, my name is Kalisi. At the moment, I'm doing graphite, but I'm at my last project, which is amazing. I really can't wait for the outcome because I really love the process.
Like Kalisi, there are a lot of skilled creators who seem to have an innate ability to dream of beautiful things and make them come to life. However, Sketchmaster took her talent to another level.
One thing, when I joined here, I was just a girl with a talent. I was so naive in terms of art, but when I joined here, after being taught by amazing tutors we have here, now I don't just draw, I draw to create, impact and inspire. And I love the family, the community. I just feel like this is home.
According to her, art is something that comes quite naturally as it runs in the family. But what inspired her to pursue art as a career was something unexpected.
I pursued a different course at campus, but I was never happy. I was very busy working in different companies that were agriculture and food related. I was trying to move from this job to another, trying to look for something fancy, but I was never happy. So one day, it was my sister's birthday, and I wanted someone who would do a good portrait of her. But because it was the last minute, I couldn't find any, and that is how I started sketching. But it was horrible. It was horrible, and so I started looking for a personal and professional mentor to help me refine my skills, to avoid the mistakes that I was doing. I also needed a community, a studio space, so that it would keep me on toes to do something productive at all times and at all costs.
Just like Kalisi, many other students in the school found themselves here in very unexpected circumstances.
My name is Farhana. I'm a student in the school, so I joined somewhere last year in July, and I started with graphite, which is the normal pencils. Right now I'm working on charcoal. So charcoal and graphite are completely different. You know, with graphite it's like we've grown up using pencils, you know, so it's easy, you get the grip very quick. With charcoal it's a bit messy. As you can see, I have a towel with me, I have to keep on, you know.
Even though she was artistic growing up, Farhana never imagined of attending art school to perfect her skills, but as fate would have it,
I always found myself, you know, sketching stuff, scribbling, even when I was in school, and yeah. So every time my friends would see what I do, they'd be like, oh, you're so good, you know, you should go to art school. I personally never thought there's something like art school. I thought if you have it in you, you know, then you're good to go. But yeah, so I remember one of my friends, or family friend, she told me that, you know, you need to go to art school and you can do so much better. And honestly, I'm so grateful to her, because right now there's so much I can do that I never thought I would have.
keeping a finger on the pulse of the art world can be exhausting. But how does an artist stay critically engaged?
We do lots of research, you know, there's so many artists out there, and it's not about competition, it's just about we need to learn, you know, we learn from each other, we learn from our friends here. So for example, I want to do an artwork with, say, straight hair. What I would do is see what my teacher has taught me how to do straight hair. I'd go back, say, YouTube, watch a video on how to do straight hair. So you learn a lot from everyone. And there's so many artists out there who do an amazing job. So there's like YouTube, there's Instagram, you know, social media. So I think, yeah, art is a learning process, and you learn from each and every artwork that you do or you see.
Sketchmaster School of Art is finding ways to get their message out and causing us to wonder if they are commentators of the present or predictors of the future by creating young professionals through their holistic model.
For me, art is an escape. I feel like whenever I'm doing my artwork, it's like I'm in a totally different world. Yeah, you know, when you're stressed out or when you have a rough day or just something, you know, art makes you feel better. You know, when you look at your work and you're just like, wow, I did this, you know. So it makes you feel so much better, and it takes you off from, you know, what's going around. You just go to a different world, and yeah, art is an escape and it makes you feel so good.
Art means everything to me. I want to travel the world through my artwork. I want to make memories. I want to speak to the world through my artwork, impact generation, and yeah, I actually want to die doing art. If it is in you, don't give up. Go for it. It's very paying. Look for a personal mentor to guide you so that you can refine your skills. And also believe that it's God that gave you that talent. So if He gave you the talent, He actually believes in you.
We have come to the end of our show. Remember, you can share your thoughts, questions, and comments to the SMS line 20316 or WhatsApp 0786 316 316. Also, you can now stream your favorite programs on the go on our YouTube page, Family Media. As you enjoy, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification buttons to get instant reminder of our latest show. As always, keep it Family TV.